Geronimo, quit the hysterics. I bolted down the hall and flew out the front door. Help! I squeaked into the dark, rainy night, but of course no one answered. How could they? There wasn't a paw or a tail in sight. I was alone. Yes, all alone in the spooky, dark forest. Oh, how I wished I was home. I shivered. Cowie writes shivered. I shivered. My whiskers were cool, getting soaked. Now what? Before I could come up with a plan, my cell phone rang. It was working again. It played classical music. For a minute, I let myself enjoy the soothing sounds of Ratwing van Beethoven. What an amazing composer. Then I remembered where I was and what I had seen in the castle. Poisonous cheese puffs, I shrieked into the phone. Who is it? You've got to help me. It was my sister, Thea. Oh, finally, Thea's in the book. Geronimo? Where are you? What's going on? She said calmly. I was back in a full panic mode. The castle, the kitchen, and the skeleton, and the armor, and because of the fog, and I saw a light in the window, and there's no one here, and I stammered, holy cheese, I'm scared. Come save me. My sister sighed. This is exact opposite of me. That mouse would stay calm. She was exact opposite of me. That mouse would stay calm, even if she got stuck in a tornado and touched down on the catwalk seaside resort. Geronimo, quit the hysterics, she ordered in her no-nonsense voice. Now tell me, where are you? I stared into the dark night. I don't know. I'm somewhere in the dark forest. I passed Sad Sack Point, but I got lost, and then my car broke down, and I found this castle, and it's empty. But why are you getting your whiskers in a twist then? She scolded. If you're at a castle, just pick a room and hit the sack. Tomorrow morning you can find the main road and go home. Cheese niblets, you really make a mountain out of a mouse hill sometimes. I peered back in the castle. I don't want to sleep there. That castle is empty. It's so scary, and it's much too dark. Of course, my sister had an answer for everything. She pointed out that I would not need light sleep. I was going to sleep anyway, but she called me a fraidy mouse, so I was insulted, but I was too afraid to say so. Is there anything there to eat? My sister asked. I told her about the cheese I had found in the kitchen. Well, that's great. What more do you want? You're at a castle. You have cheese. But I reminded her that the mouse bone in the kitchen, about the mouse bone in the kitchen, not to mention that hideous rat skeleton hanging in the closet. She's having a lovely bath, isn't she, on the phone? That's funny. Oh, brother, you've got one active imagination, she scoffed. Bones, skeletons. Maybe you should just try cleaning your glasses, or maybe you should have a little chat with Dr. Shrinkfur. I think you're seeing things. I heard the splashing of water. Thea must have been taking her nightly bath. Oh, how I wished I was home in my own bathtub. I could be relaxing with lots of bubbles. I could be playing with my squeaky cheese bath toy. Suddenly, a noise interrupted my happy thoughts. It was coming from the big hall inside the castle. Listen, Thea, you won't believe this, but I've seen a ghost. A ghost? You mean a real ghost? She squeaked. Yes, a real ghost. I repeated it. Thea was silent. I knew she was trying to decide if I was telling the truth. I don't know why my family never believes me. I mean, I'm a newspaper mouse. I tell it the way I see it. Listen, Thea, I know a ghost might see one, and this was a real, honest-to-good mouse ghost. I heard a loud splashing sound, and it sounded like my sister was getting out of the tub. Seconds later, she came back online. Why didn't you tell me about the ghosty guy in the first place? What a cheese brain. Her squeak was ear pierce splitting. This would be such a great ghost scoop. I'm on my way, she cried. I'll take pictures. The paper will sell like hot cheesecakes. Bye! She slammed down the receiver. I was left listening to the dial tone. I stared at the castle. It reminded me of when I used to go trick-or-treating as a young mouselet. There was one mouse hole on the block that was supposed to be haunted. My cousin Trap would ring the doorbell. Then we'd all go scampering away. One time, my tail got caught in the front gate. I was never so scared in my whole life. I cried so much my candy got soaking wet. Everyone made fun of me for weeks. It was awful. Just then, I was hit by a sudden thought. Rat munchin' rattlesnakes, I squeaked. Today is October 31st. It's the spookiest day of the year. Halloween! Oh, how I wished I was home.